Okay, so I have this Echeverria Black Prince, and I bought this a while ago. I don't even know when I bought it. I forgot about it. I buy so many plants that I forget about them. And as you can tell, it is reaching for the light because I forgot it under a bench, and these guys love sun. So what I'm going to do is I am going to chop off its head. I am going to keep the stem, and you guys are going to be along the ride with me. I already have some, pots ready to go. Other than it's etiolating and reaching towards the sun, it is very healthy. So you can see the growth looks good. It's nice and green in the middle. This plant is actually very, very black when it gets enough sun. I will show you that in a moment. Probably towards the end of the video, you'll see what it should look like. So what I'll do is very, very easy. I will get my shears, which is kind of like a scissor. This is a garden shear, and I'm just gonna pretty much chop it off. My only concern is that if you can see, this stem is chunky. It's a big girl. So this thing is probably gonna shred a little bit, but I'm not worried about it. The plants that I've had large stems like this and I've cut it, they've always rooted without any extra help. So I'm probably actually going to remove some of these leaves. So I'm going to remove here, and I always keep the leaves because hello, propagation, one plant and you get like 10. So all right, oops, let's remove that. So now we have a good cutting area. I've got my leaves for propagation. Set those aside because these are super juicy. They are going to propagate so well, especially because it's still growing season. So easy peasy, like go in with my scissors and choppity chop off with her head. Goodbye. And all I do is I have my soil right here. Actually, that's not enough soil because it is a cutting, so I'm going to add just a little bit. So all I do is nestle and pop it on top. See, there's the cutting, pop it on top. I don't let it harden off. I live in Northern California. It's dry here, it's not humid. I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna set it aside, and then I probably won't water it until tomorrow, or I do most of my watering over the weekend. So I'm just gonna set this guy aside over here. But now I've got this ugly stem, and pretty much what's going to happen is this will harden off on its own, and then we'll most likely get plantlets growing from all of these open areas. So actually there's like way more than enough leaves to support this plant, this stem. So I'm going to take off a little bit more for leaf propagation, and then I'm going to leave these guys. So it's just going to be an ugly stem with all these leaves. I do it all the time. This is probably the first time I've done it with this plant, so we'll see how this does. But I have done this successfully with my Fred Ives. Actually, with the Fred Ives, I had no leaves at all and a stem, and it probably gave me like 8 plants. So these succulents are so amazing. They will just keep growing and growing and growing and growing. So I will be keeping this in bright indirect sun. So that is pretty much how you propagate or fix a plant that is reaching for the sun. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And now we have 2 plants. And as promised, this is my Echeverria Black Prince that is planted in ground. It gets bright indirect sun and about 2 hours of direct sun in the late afternoon, and you can see how dark it is. It is so happy here. It's blooming, which I will be cutting off because I don't want it to bloom.